Hey everyone, welcome back to another episode of the Dyson Sphere Program. So as you can see, this is where my factory used to be, that first one we set up. It's time to change it out and upgrade it because I don't need to be making the wind turbines anymore. I want to start progressing into other things and getting it all automated, which makes this game much easier. So I've been idling for a little bit after I set up some foundation production in preparation of leveling an area out to build a new factory, which, as you can see, I have leveled out a significant portion of it. So the new factory is going to go in this area, and we'll get that set up today. And then I'm also going to set up graphene production so that we can start with the planetary and then interplanetary logistics systems. So to make the graphene, I'm going to need crude oil, which I've got 4 here to do, water, which is a nice little spot right here, and stone. So I got really lucky that these are all pretty close together. So I'm going to put the facility somewhere in this area and automate making some graphene so that we can start progressing into the planetary logistics tech. So hopefully by the end of this episode, we'll have all of that set up and running. So I'm going to go ahead and cut it here, build a new factory, come through and give a tour of it real quick. It's going to change a little bit from how it was set up originally. And then we'll look into building the graphene production so that we can move on to the other stuff as well. All right, we'll see you guys soon. All right, welcome back everybody. So we've got the new factory up and running. Give you a quick rundown here. So here we're making our magnets, and feeding down here we got our copper bar production, our steel production, and our iron bar production here. Now the copper and the magnets feed in to make the magnetic coils, and then the iron and the copper feed into the circuit boards. Those come all the way down here to join up with the factory. I haven't started it yet. Still, I wanted to wait until I was recording again. So we'll go ahead and hook all of this up and hope it goes right and that I didn't cross any wires or belts or inputs or anything else. So it feeds down. We make our gears, our Mark 1 belts and splitters, assemblers, furnace, miners, electric motors, storage, and then the geothermal generators, or thermal powered plants I should say. And then over here we have the Mark II sorters and belts, as well as the electromagnetic turbine. We got a Mark II storage here, the wireless power tower. Then we have the plasma exciter and the prism here. Then we got the splitter, the Tesla tower, the matrix storage tanks, oil extractors and refineries. We got a chemical plant, spray coater, and then the last new thing is the microcrystalline component, which we're going to be using going forward. So let's go ahead and hook these last couple of belts up, see if we have any problems. Really hope we don't, because I would really like to have this work. Now I'm having to bring in the silicone from the other planet, which we're going to use in this build. So hopefully everything should be going now. Let's see, what are we waiting on here? Electric motors? What does the electric motor need? Iron and gear. So maybe... that was a gear. Why didn't it? Okay, so it's got the gears. Where is my iron at for this? Okay, it just hasn't caught up yet. Looks like everything's using iron and it's getting used before it gets here. So I may have to get some more iron coming in. Shouldn't be too difficult. What can we do to get some more iron here? Okay. Alright, well, eventually that system will back up. I may sit here and let it idle for a little bit and see if it catches up. Hoping at some point it will. Actually, I think I just saw it do it right there. No, that was the other one. Because, yeah, we need iron to make its way all the way through here. So I'm going to have to get some more iron going. Let me go ahead and see if I can find an iron vein I haven't tapped into yet. And if I can get some iron coming this way and beef up that belt there. So let me find that and we'll be right back. Alright, welcome back everybody. So have it set up for the most part. We got our iron coming down here. Went and grabbed a bunch of titanium to make our titanium alloy. So we're going to... Okay. Work on getting all this set up and running. I just noticed I still need to bring sulfuric acid up to the smelters up here so I can make that alloy. Haven't managed to do that part just yet. So we'll bring the titanium. How does it do that? Won't come out of the side. Alright. Bring it out of the front side. There we go. Alright, so we're bringing the titanium out. That's going to go in. We have our steel here going in for that. Here's where we're going to make our energetic graphite to go down and turn into graphene. Go ahead and throw up some Tesla towers, get those powered up and running. Now they're going to come down. Hang on, I got to power this up too. So one more tower there. I'm going to need the inserters going in for the titanium. And we need the inserters going in for the steel. Okay, that's good. Let's power up our oil refineries. Just going to use some windmills just to make use of them since I have them in here. Okay. We have our water source down here. To power up our refineries. And we have our chemical plants where we're going to make the sulfuric acid, as well as our chemical plants where we'll make the graphene. Get those powered up. Now I believe we still have the stone to power up over here. Go ahead and use a couple more windmills. Get that running. Now everything should be coming down. To get that up and running. Do we have... Why do we not have oil coming in? Because I haven't put the inserters in yet. Okay, so we're gonna need just oil into here. Now, I haven't done the math on the ratios on this. I don't know how that's all going to work out. I'm more interested in just getting some of it going here. So our oil is going to go down that way. Our hydrogen that we don't need for this build is going to go into the storage tanks here. I don't have a use for it right now, but I'm sure at some point I'll find something to do with it. So these should be making sulfuric acid. We just have to bring in the stone and the water, which we need. Okay. So oil, water, and stone. We should start seeing that come through. And then I'm going to have to route some of the sulfuric acid that we make up to the other section so we can power that. So we're going to pull out the sulfuric acid here. Okay, so we got sulfuric acid coming out. It's going to go into those to make the graphene. And we need to bring in... Okay, so we've got the graphite going in there. And then that should be our first graphene. Alright. We need to get the sulfuric acid up to that other location. Or maybe, because I have another oil refinery here, I will set up another refinery section specifically to make that. Shouldn't be difficult. We can put up another water pump and handle that pretty easily. Looks like we got a couple of inserters there that aren't working. So I'm going to go ahead and let this run for a little bit, see if we get a backup on sulfuric acid. If we don't, I will run it through and build another section to get sulfuric acid up here to make our titanium alloy. May end up doing that just because it might just be easier. We'll see. So I'll get this going and check back in a little bit here. Alright, welcome back, guys. So that turned out to be much easier than I thought it would be. As you can see, we have sulfuric acid coming in here now, and we're making our titanium alloy. It's not a large amount of sulfuric acid. Basically ended up taking some of the backlog of fuel and water or oil, water, and stone and looping it around to another set of chemical plants. I did run into a lack of water, so I threw up a few more water extractors. Now I have way more than I need, but that's alright. So I have it coming through now. It's going to take a little bit to build up enough supply to really start building the logistics station that I want to start building, but we do have all the components being made. We have the graphene that's being made, copper ingots we've got a ton of, and we're making electromagnetic turbines over at the new factory, which we should be seeing some stockpiling up in here. Hopefully. Let me see. Okay, yeah, so we can actually go ahead and put a storage facility here and start building up a backlog of these, so that when it comes time to make those stations, we'll have plenty of stuff to do it with. And then obviously we have a number of the microcrystalline components, which we'll also need. So we need the microcrystalline components for the processor. And we need circuit boards in that. So we have circuit boards. I don't know if they're being stored anywhere or not. I may have to set up a storage facility for those. Yeah. because right now they're just running in to make stuff, so I'm not keeping any extras. But again, that's a pretty simple fix. We'll just go ahead and throw a storage facility there, throw in a sorter, and then I don't want to have a ton of these, so I'm going to restrict it down to about 10 stacks of them. That'll give us, like, I think they stack in 200, so 2,000 circuit boards to handle that. Same with these. I think 10 stacks would be more than we need, but you know, it's just sitting here idle, so we may as well pick up a bunch of them. So I'll have to make a few more trips to grab some more silicone and titanium to make sure this system stays up and running for a while. But we're well on our way, and soon we'll be able to start setting up stuff on the new planet. Next time I want to set up on the new planet and start moving our sciences over there and just start building everything on that planet and get the interplanetary logistics set up. So if you got something you want to see, maybe a design that is a little better than what I've done, leave me a comment down below. Until next time, be sure to check out some of my other content.